Good morning, everyone. Good Saturday morning. I'm having tater tots. Well, I had tater tots. I think they cooled off. And I didn't eat them all. So I had tater tots and my cup of joe. And my cup of joe probably done got cold too. And let me turn I guess you said it's the same old, same old. But I'm sitting here watching The Bright Side. Y'all ever watch The Bright Side? Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. Matter of fact, my daughter had introduced me to The Bright Side a long time ago. Well, quite a while back. And I, watch it from time to time. But it's interesting. It's interesting. So how's everybody doing this Saturday morning? Well, I'm doing okay. I think it was thundering a few minutes ago, but they didn't say anything about that in the forecast. It says it's 72 degrees, because I was thinking about going back. Remember I said I was going to take those pants back today. But from the looks of things, the way this weather is, I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere. I think I might just do some work around the house. I might have a chance to go up to the UPS store to return that, what do you call that thing? The charger, the charger that I had bought for the phone. So I might return that, but that's about as far as I go if I'm going anywhere. And I got to remember to get me some ketchup, which I can get to the dollar store. If they have Heinz. If they don't have Heinz, no thank you. And that's all that's on my agenda today. What y'all going to do today? You got anything planned special? Going to a museum or something? That's something that I haven't been to in a long time. I remember years ago, one day, now I can tell you exactly, approximately when the last time I went to a museum. My little grandson, he's now, he'll be 14 in July. And it was either when he was 3 or when he was 4. So it's been about 9 or 10 years ago since I've been to a museum. The Peabody Museum right up here. And it was really, really cold that day. And as I can remember, after going there, it just doesn't seem like it used to. Like when I was young, when we first came up to Connecticut, and we went to the Peabody Museum, it was more fascinating and different than it is today. They remodeled it or something. Something else happened. I don't know what. But, that was, like I said, it's been maybe 9 or 10 years ago since I've gone. And, of course, I'm not going to go today or anything like that. But I'm just saying, it's been a while since I went to a museum. But I wanted to go to the museum in D.C. I think it's the Black Museum, something about, I forgot what the museum is that I want to go see in D.C. I'll think of it after a while. But I might just jump on the train one day and go there. I don't mind traveling on a train, because from here to the train is about 6 hours, about 5 or 6 hours. And sometimes that train be going so fast, it's scary. I mean, they be stepping on it, doing whatever it is that engineer's doing up there. It's kind of scary. I mean, and then another train comes passing, zooming you by you. Ooh, scary, y'all. But thank goodness you don't have to worry about smoking no more, because you can't smoke on the train. I think you can still drink on the train. But back in the day when I used to travel a lot, oh, sookie now. What was that? I tell you, there's some sounds going on up in here. But back in the day when I used to travel a lot, just go back and forth to New Jersey. And there was a smoker's train, smoker's car. Because before, when I first started going traveling, it was, you could smoke anywhere. I do believe that's the way it was, even on the bus. The regular Greyhound bus, You could smoke on that. Now, you can't do that no more. They stopped, though, maybe they stopped, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours or something like that. Which, I don't even mind not smoking at all. Well, even when I was smoking, it doesn't really bother you that much because you already know. I guess your mind is programmed to know you are not going to smoke for at least about 2 or 3 hours. And so you accept the rules. The rules of the railroad or the bus or whatever, And I don't think there's no smoking on an airplane, which I've never flown anyway, and never been on a ship or anything like that. But back in that day, the last time I think when I was, I don't think you can smoke on a train anywhere now. But at one time, I think, not the very last time I rode on a train. Let's see, the last time I went on a train is when I went to North Carolina when my daughter had passed away. We had to take the train from New York back to Connecticut. And I didn't see anybody smoke. I don't think you can smoke, period, on the train anymore. But back in the day, after they, narrowed it down to one car. They had what you call a smoker's car. You could go in that car and smoke. And man, with that car, and I was smoking, that was the last time I was smoking at the time myself. That car was so smoked up, you couldn't hardly breathe in there, but you had to get your cigarette on. You had to get your nicotine fit. And so you endured all that smoke. I don't know what they were smoking in there. I think they were smoking a little bit of marijuana too. And marijuana wasn't even legal. But who knew? If you in there, you got all this cigarette smoke, you can't hardly tell the difference. But I don't know if anybody had the nerve to do it or not. I can tell you one thing, walking right around here in these streets, that's all you smell. After a while, you say, my goodness, the whole city is lit up with, Mary J. That's what some people call it, Mary J, MJ. I gotta finish my food, y'all, because I keep reaching for it. I already took my meds, though, but I keep reaching for it because it's right here. See the tater tots? My little tater tots, I'm going to have to reheat them a little bit, though. But I came up here to say good morning to the AAG team. See how everybody's doing. What's on the agenda? I think I know what's on my agenda since I ain't going to be going out. Like I said, unless I send that, go up to, I can't even think straight this morning, up to the UPS. That's the only thing I have on my agenda at all. I have nothing at all on my agenda. And I think it's going to be raining. And you know what? It was raining. We had thunder yesterday. But it wasn't that bad. I was sitting here at my computer, as usual, playing some game or something. And I was crocheting, another one of these. In which I don't have enough, yarn to finish anything. And I'm sitting here, and it's about 6 o'clock. And all of a sudden, I looked at my curtain. You could see the sun shining. Well, not the sun, actually, but, you could see the light in between the curtains. And all of a sudden, I said, it's dark. And so I gets up and go and look out the window. It is so dark. And the wind is blowing. And the rain is coming down in sheets, I tell you. It was a scared situation. And then came the thunder. And I saw a flash of lightning. But it wasn't, wasn't terrifying. Like I said, it wasn't that terrifying storm. You can tell something when terrifying. Terrifying is when you hear your windows shaking, when it thunders. And then you hear this loud. You hear it. Well, you know this thunder's coming. You'll see a flash of lightning first. And then comes a big blunder. And it shakes your window and it scares the living daylights out of you. Pow! You know, oh my God. You don't know anything about no storms until you lived in New Jersey, I'm telling you. New Jersey is the worst of the worst, I'm telling you right now. In the part where I was in New Brunswick. And it was horrible. We had a storm down there, scared the old boy. You know, my husband, like I said, I was married at the time. He was outside doing something on his car, okay? Big bad wolf that he is. And, he ain't scared. But I'm terrified. I always have been terrified of storms, and I don't know why, but I am. And maybe it's because of time. I think I told you on one of my videos, which y'all probably don't remember way back in the day. I got to go back and check some of those old videos. But we was down there. We was living in New Jersey at the time. And he was out there doing something on his car. And the thunder is roaring and the lightning is flashing. It was nothing for your lights to go out in New Jersey. The part that I was in New Brunswick. And, you know, the lightning and the thunder and real loud and everything like that. And he was outside. All of a sudden, he came in the house. His eyes were like this. I was glad to see him like that because he's not scared of anything. But he said it scared him. And then another time it came, I was living in New Jersey. Well, I was living in New Jersey at that time too. But it got so scary. We were sitting there during a thunderstorm. And we had like the couch was sort of, you know, in front of the window, but facing the other way. I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, all of a sudden, something came through the window. This is the honest to goodness truth. It was like a bolt of fire that came through the window and hit the floor. And I'm scared because I'm sitting up under him. And, you know, I'm always scared of thunder and lightning. And so I'm sitting up under him, and it came. He said, "What in the world was that?" I didn't know what it was either. I'll tell you honestly, the truth, I've never seen anything like that since. But it came directly through. How can it come through the window? I don't know. But that's what happened. It came through the window. Our windows were closed. Nothing was open. Straight through the window. And hit the floor. I said, good, cool move. I was ready to go. I don't know where I was going to go. Like they say, a lot of people get up and run outside and stuff. But during that tornado that I don't know why I'm talking about this morning, y'all, but I guess it's because we had a thunderstorm last night, and I think I heard some rumbling of some thunder a few minutes ago, and that's why I say I'm gonna come up here. And it's only 7:25 a.m. y'all, right now. That's what time it is. About 7. I'll say about 7. Let's see, 7:29. That's what time it is. A.m. So you know I've been up for a while. I've been up since about maybe 5 o'clock. Awake since about 4, but I didn't actually hit the floor until about 5. And like I was saying, and then another thing, the rain would come. Now this is yesterday, no longer than yesterday. It would rain real hard. The wind would blow, and then you think it's over. Oh no, no it ain't. It's not over yet. I'm laying in the bed at this point. I hear something against my window. I believe it might have been hail. I don't know, y'all. I'm telling you honestly the truth. Unless that rain. I mean, it was a heavy downpour if that was rain. Or some big drops. You know, sometimes I gotta loosen this scarf on my head. It seems like I want to try to get a headache. The big drops, unless, you know how sometimes the big rain drops, they'll make more noise. But this sounded like hail. I said, wait a minute. I got up out of my bed and went to the bathroom for a minute. But it wasn't thundering or anything like that. But it was just kind of scary because of the way it sounded. You know, the way it sounded. But anyway, so much for the weather. Let the weatherman, leave that to the weatherman in your area. Leave that to Al Roker. He knows more about these things than I do. Ooh, excuse me. I feel like I want another nap, too. I might go back to bed before I do anything. But I might eat my tater tot. Let me see what's happening out here. I don't know if it's raining, snowing. I mean, there's no telling what might be happening around here. See how gloomy it is? Real gloomy looking. And there's a lot of leaves on the ground. Something went down out here yesterday, I'm telling you. Let me look out here in the front. There's a lot of leaves in the street. That's at the back that I can see. Let's see what's happening in the front. Oh, in the front don't look like that. And you know what else? I'm cold. I don't know about nobody else, but I am cold. And so that the temperature is supposed to be about 70. I think on the computer, I think it says 70-some degrees. Let me double check that to be sure. Because as you can see, I brought my sweater back out here. I'm cold. June 22nd. Oh, yeah, boy. My computer just goes to sleep for no reason at all. It's worse than me. I think it's 73. 73, but I'm cold. It's colder now. I started to turn the heater on. I said, no, because I had the oven on. I had the oven on because I was doing the tater tots. And the tater tots, I have to set the oven for, it says 450, but I do the 400. I put it on 400. And it still sort of heat up the house. But it is cold in here, I tell you. It really, to me, like they say, when you get older, your skin gets thinner. I believe that one. But not a whole lot of other stuff they be saying, I don't believe about the old folks. But you will get, some woes and ohs, a whole lot of woes and ohs if you're like me when you get older. But you still have the same mindset for the most part. Unless you get a case of dementia or, Alzheimer's or something. Basically, there's something similar, I think, the dementia and the Alzheimer's. But I think that comes way later. And some people never get that. They never do. Yeah. And they still have the same, personality. If a person is mean when they got bad attitude, something like that. If you got a bad attitude when you were younger, you think just because you get old, your attitude going to change? Probably not. Probably not, because that's just you. That's just the way you are. And a lot of people walk around talking pure, natural, and that S word. They be talking pure, natural all their lives. And they continue, and it gets funny in a way of speaking when they get older because they're still talking, So basically, your same personality that you have, is the same as you were when you were younger. And you slow down, of course, you're going to slow down. You don't eat quite the same bad as I want me some butter pecan ice cream. I don't want to do it. And I want to eat potato chips, which I have a few. I bought a bag of Munchos just the other day. And I still have a few, very few. What's that? I thought I heard rain. Maybe it's somebody upstairs, I don't know. But I have a few. I limit myself. But sometimes even a little bit is too much. You can't have any. And as a matter of fact, my legs went down a lot. They're not quite, it's still swollen, but they're not quite as bad. I'll say today, it feels like my left leg is worse than the right leg. I don't know what's going on with that, y'all. But I know I got to go see my doctor next week. And on that note, I think I'm going to stop the jibber-jabbing and go ahead and play me some more Scrabble, which I was playing if it ain't that Scrabble right there. Let's see. Is it still reconnect? Okay. So I'm going to play a little bit of Scrabble, then I might take me a nap. And then if it's not raining, I might go up there to UPS to take this thing back. I already got the box. Amazon sent me the label, because I had to have a label for it because it has the, excuse me, it has the ion battery. So, which I already got one on the box. I told them, I said I have the box. And so that's all I got to do. Let's put that in the box, seal it up. Away we go. And I'll get it was only $10. But the one I seen something on the TV the other night about one of those portable chargers catching on fire. I don't know if they had a recall about it. I just got a little bit of it. Now, you know how I do. I just get a little bit of it, and that sort of jars me into what it go in on situation, And I heard that part. But it wasn't, this one that I got. And I heard it was black. I don't even remember where I seen it. They probably could type in the search engine about portable chargers catching on fire. And maybe you could find it that way. Because I got, I get the story all twisted and, jimmed up and everything myself. But the one I'm going to order, when I turn this one back, return this one, I'm going to get the one, it's like orange and black, and it's got solar. Well, I think you could use solar or USB charge. And so I think it was $39. Might as well say $40 and something when you get done. And it charges, I forgot how many pieces at one time it charges. Gotta go, y'all. I gotta go, go. And on that note, I'll go with love, and I'll see you again soon.